I do think that tariffs will reduce our trade deficits because it's going to make imports prohibitively expensive for a lot of Americans. So Americans will consume less, but we're not going to produce much more. We just don't have the capacity right now to do that. And we don't have the regulatory environment. We don't have the labor environment. We don't have the supply chains. We don't have the infrastructure or the factories. So we're just going to have to do without a lot of the products that are being tariffed. And it's going to be a major problem for the U.S. It's not as a big problem for the world. The world will still sell goods to America, just not as many. And so they will then, consume those goods themselves. There's billions of people outside the United States that can consume the goods that Americans won't be able to afford. So it's not a big problem for the rest of the world, but it's a huge problem for America. And, Trump has the nature of the relationship backwards. The world hasn't been screwing us. We've been screwing them. We've been getting away with a much higher standard of living than our productive capacity would ordinarily entitle us. We're able to consume what we don't produce, and we pay for it by printing money. And so the world gets our inflation, and we get their stuff. So we've got the better end of the bargain. Now, they use our paper to buy our financial assets, our stocks, our bonds, our real estate. So they are accumulating assets, and they're getting the income from those assets. So what we're doing is we're indulging our present and we're sacrificing our future. And Trump is right about that. And he's right to point out that this is a bad trend that is making America poorer. But he doesn't understand that in the short run, everything looks better on the surface because we get to consume more than we produce. Also, foreigners recycle their trade surpluses into our financial markets, and that gives us a higher stock market. It gives us lower interest rates. So we're benefiting in the short run. Trump is trying to take all that away, which is going to produce a massive recession. And we're going to be redirecting all that inflation away from Wall Street back to Main Street, because now all the money that we used to print and send abroad is going to stay in America. To buy what? Well, not much, because the goods aren't coming in anymore. So it's massive inflation. It's recession. So it's a complete disaster. Now, this was going to happen eventually anyway, but Trump is accelerating the process.